So here we go, live once again. Thanks for coming back, Jason.
Betcha, buddy.
So I wonder if it wasn't doing that because I told it was going to start at 7. I wonder if
Maybe
that's
it started itself, huh?
yeah, it like automatically started. I don't know. Fuck. But I had a bunch of notes and then I left them at work. So my bad this time. So
we're flying by the seat of our pants tonight.
yep. So it could be shitty.
Yeah.
But I think I got quite a few. I guess the first thing I noticed, and I don't know if it was the camera or what, but the track this weekend in Oakland seemed really busy for some reason. I don't know what you thought of it, but
Well, I would agree with that. Jeff and I were actually talking about before the race that I was surprised that they were getting the kind of lap times they were out of it. I expected it to be a 50-second track tops looking at the track map, but I think because it was so technical and so busy, I think that's why the lap times were what they were. Didn't turn out to be too bad of a racetrack. I like all the 180-degree corners. I think that makes for awesome racing. But it did seem incredibly busy, and there wasn't, other than the split lane, which I really liked, I didn't notice a whole lot of difference in rhythms. You know, everybody kind of seemed like they were doing the same thing. Like I say, other than the split lane and that quad that Emig and McGrath were making such a big deal about, which I didn't see the speed difference there.
I just so this is 2 weeks in a row for me that I didn't get to watch any of the practice, and not that I sit down with like a beer or a pop and sit and watch, but I like turning it on, and it's great background, you know. I'll be in my office working, and then I'll hear them talking, and so it's normally by the time the night show gets there, you know what you're gonna see, but like this one, it was like I pretty much came home and turned on the races, and that's the first I saw. Didn't really check anything online or anything. So, but yeah, I'm just sitting there watching it. I'm like, God, it just seems like there's a lot going on. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. This was actually one of the first times I got to see a good chunk of qualifying anyway, because I went down to Jeff's a little bit early to watch it, and he was watching that when I got there, and kind of reminded me why I don't watch qualifying, because it's incredibly boring, because half the time you're just watching guys roll everything and try to stay out of everybody's way, and it reminded me how much I hate the way they do qualifying. But yeah, it was definitely a tight technical track, and I don't know why they wasted so much space out in the middle of it. It seemed to me like, you know, we could have had some decent lap times with a little more spread out track. But I guess they'd rather cram it all into one little spot and watch people crash. I don't know.
Yeah, there really wasn't much in the middle, was there?
No.
Let's see here. I'm logging in right now. Oh boy. How did your fantasy picks do?
You know, for the first 2 laps, I thought I was going to have a killer week, because actually the first 2 laps I was dead on 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then Stewart had to come in and blow it all up for me. So I ended up, I picked Villapoto for the win, and that's the only one I got right.
Yeah, it's like I sat down with Amber, and I'm like, who should we pick? And like she'll watch the races, but she doesn't really know what's all going on.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, all right, well, who do you got to win? I'm like, well, I got RV to win. I think that was, to me, I thought was a, pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
And then, so I had Villapoto, Roxon, Dungy, Brayton, Stewart, and Weimer was my wild card for 11th.
Mm-hmm. I went with a field good pick for 11th. I knew it probably wasn't going to come to fruition, but went with Nick Way. Thought I'd like to see him get in there and mix it up. And there for a while, I thought it was possible, and then I came back to reality.
No go. He got like 15th, didn't he?
Yeah, he was 15th or 16th. I don't remember exactly where he was, but
I
had a tough time getting through the heat race and getting through the semi. Finally did. I think he finished second in the LCQ. So it wasn't a good sign for me from the get-go.
Yeah, Grant got it. Yeah, what did he get? Yeah, 15th. Ick. Shitty. All right, what else we got? So, I didn't see or hear what happened. I just, read that Hill broke his collarbone.
Yeah, I did some looking around today, and I still have not found any video of the crash or even seen what happened. Haven't even seen any real write-ups on it, so I don't know. Have you been able to find anything?
Mm-mm. But I'm gonna jump back. You remember, was that last week we were talking about Anderson and jumping on the Red Cross?
Yep.
He must have did that on 2 different sections.
That's what Jeff was saying too, because they showed they showed the video this week of what he did, and Jeff said right away, I don't think that's where it happened.
That's not the section that we were talking about, because the one we were talking about was right after the finish line.
Yeah,
that was on the other side.
That's what I thought you were talking about. Then when I didn't even think about it when they were showing it this week. I wasn't, I see a race, I usually forget about it right away. So it was Jeff right away that said, "Well, that's not the right spot."
Yep. So, but yeah,
that
I
actually
didn't.
brings up one of the things I wanted to talk about with Anderson. Somebody should sit down with him and explain flagging rules, because I don't know if you saw, there was an interview on Racer X today, I think it was, with him, and he actually rolled a triple this weekend under yellow flags because he wasn't sure what the rule was and he wanted to be safe.
Oh man. Hang on here. So yeah, I seen that and it's like, man, what the heck? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find anything quick. We'll worry about it later. Let's see what else. I thought it was pretty cool. Freezy pulls the whole shot and then finishes 14th.
Yep. Yeah, he had a couple of good starts though. I mean, his heat race, he damn near pulled the whole shot and ran second for half a lap. So he had that going for him anyway.
Shit, that's I don't know what the payout is position wise, but I'm assuming, don't they get a it's not great, but I mean, isn't it like 1,000 or something just to make the night show, or is it not even that much?
I want to say it's 1,000 or maybe even more than that, like 1,500. I don't remember for sure. I remember they were talking about that just maybe it was last week or the week before. Mathis was talking about that. I want to say it's like $1,400.
That's you could be right. So that ain't bad. I mean, he makes night show and then he gets 1,500 on top of that.
Yeah, that's not a bad little chunk of change for him.
I don't know, where did he? Yeah, and he finished 14th. Yeah, I wish I knew what they got points paid or money paid. So you didn't think the quad was that big a deal?
I really didn't. I thought that maybe from the triple landing to the quad landing, they were saying you gained a second to maybe a second and a half. and maybe you gained that, except that if you quadded that, you still had that single to go over into the corner, which slowed you down so much that I really didn't think it was necessary. To me, if it made that big of a difference, we would have seen Villapoto doing it, and he never even attempted it. So I think they were making a little more out of it than it really was.
The only thing I really noticed is it seemed like they really, really had to like slow down to, otherwise they're like landing it almost in the face of that thing.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely kind of awkward. I think had that double landing or that single, if you did the quad, if that hadn't been there, it would have made a huge difference. I think that would have probably changed the face of the race. But I think just the way that whole rhythm section was set up was kind of weird from the get-go. Because you were, to quad that, you're I guess I don't remember exactly how it was. So maybe I'll just shut up about it. But wasn't the face of that quad or triple, wasn't that like a step on, step off? Wasn't that a table if you came out of that corner?
Oh,
I'm trying to remember exactly how that section went.
Was it they come out of the corner, they did something, and then like they would land, I think, on the backside of a table.
Yeah.
And then if you quadded, you were going up and over. Was it another table maybe or something?
Yep.
Something like that.
So the whole section to me just seemed weird, and it seemed to me like they were making a lot bigger deal out of it than it really was. But I'm not Jeff Emig, and I'm not Jeremy McGrath. So what do I know?
I thought, I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool having MC in the booth this time.
I did too, actually. He was a lot better than I thought he was going to be. I didn't really have high hopes for him, but I tell you what, I'll take him over Ricky Carmichael any day.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty good. So, and then I don't know. To me, it's really awkward, like the whole Diana Dahlgren deal.
Yeah, I think that's
just weird.
Weird.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like I don't know. To me, what I see on TV, all she does is she does 2 plugs for the Twitter or the Facebook and Twitter thing, and then she holds up the starting card for the main events.
Yep.
And that's it.
And all she should probably be doing is holding up the starting card. Now we don't have Jeff here to take her side and defend her, because he would. But it just seems awkward. The whole she seems like she's awkward doing it. Like she doesn't even want to be doing it. So
yeah, it's like I don't know. To me it's like, I don't know. Like you said, maybe she can do the card thing. But what, like that Jenny chick, she could do, the Twitter thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
The whole production for some reason this season kind of seems like, it seems like a high school project or something. They were doing that poll right before the 450 main, asking, which those things are such bullshit anyway, but asking who was going to win or whatever.
Right.
And they go to Diana, and she's like, "You guys are so great up there with that poll." And it's like she just totally wasn't ready and wasn't having it. Like she didn't even want to be doing it. It just seemed uncomfortable. So I don't know why they have her doing what she's doing, but I guess it's one more plug for Monster in there.
Yeah, that's I really want to know how much RC gets to have that little Monster logo on his shirt.
Yeah, I always kind of wondered that too. It'd be interesting to know that.
Ooh.
How much? Jesus.
Sorry. That was...
Wow.
That was not...
Go throw up.
That was a Rockstar Energy. Oh, that's what I wrote down the other day. Look at that. I burp and then I get an idea.
I thought maybe you had a new sponsor for it.
Did you, now, this would piss me off, okay? If I think it's a GoPro commercial. So if I was, um, like Davey Millsaps or whoever runs that team,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's some sort of, maybe there's a use rights or something. I don't know. But if you notice, there's a GoPro commercial with um, Davey Millsaps. I don't know if all the other guys are in on it, but it's an old one, and they're all on Suzuki's.
Okay.
So like, I don't know. It's like, well, we're not on Suzuki. You know what I mean? It's like that's not who we are. Like, get rid of it. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
quit using it. Because it's like, obviously it's a GoPro commercial, but does that make any sense?
Well, I guess I see what you're saying to a point. It might be different if Millsaps was actually racing right now.
Right.
That might have something to do with it. It might not. It might not matter. It might be something to where the commercial was done when it was done, and um, they they're not going to do a new commercial just because he changed bikes or whatever. So I don't know. It's hard to say.
Bastards.
That's all business stuff that what's the point in paying attention to it? It's all lawyer crap. So
Gotcha. All right, that's all I got on that one. So I think, I guess we're kind of jumping all over, but I was pretty shocked that Reed got third. I kind of had him. I obviously had him out of my top 5 for my fantasy picks, but.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't paying attention when you said what your picks were.
Yeah, it's okay. Obviously last weekend he did good. I just didn't think he was going to put 2 together,
Yeah.
So
I wasn't. I was never on board with he's going to go back to back. I didn't figure there was any way in hell that was going to happen. But I figured that last week had to be such a confidence booster for him that he probably would do pretty well this week. So I actually had him. I had him picked for second this week. Like I said, James Stewart came in and rocked my world there. So.
Yeah, it was all over. It's just like when we were trying to pick ours, it's just like, fuck, there's too many,
Well, that's exactly like Jeff and I were talking about. How do you pick right now? I mean, Cripes, at least in the years past, you could say Villapoto's going to win and feel somewhat certain about it. But, even going with Villapoto every week, you're not 100% guaranteed. So.
Yeah, he's definitely not winning by, as much as he used to.
I was completely shocked. I don't know if you've ever dealt with cheaptearoffs.com at all. Little plug for them. They're an awesome company. All they do is tear offs and goggle lenses and that stuff.
Okay.
And they are dirt cheap. I mean, I buy 50 tear offs from them. I think they cost, what is it, like $7? Maybe not even that. And then they ship them to you for ridiculously cheap. But I'm friends with them on Facebook. Not friends, I follow them or whatever. But
right.
They had a deal this week, which was, who's going to win 450 Main tonight? And then they were going to send, 3 people that picked right. They were going to send them tear-offs or whatever. But going through, I think they had 250 or so people that actually picked.
Yep.
And going through them, it wasn't even 50% people picking Villapoto. I couldn't believe. I mean, I was like the 21st or 22nd person that actually made my pick, and I was the first person to pick Villapoto.
Huh.
That shocked the shit out of me. I'm still waiting for my free tear-offs because, you'd think the guy that picked it first, and was right, should get him, but we'll
Probably.
see.
It's probably just a lottery, huh?
Yeah, or they don't actually send him. Who knows? With
Fuckers.
that Facebook crap.
I'm trying to see 55-2, 55-9, 55 blah 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 blah. Yeah, like I'm okay with like Villapoto, Donji, you know, the 55s are all right. I think we said last week it's like I hate when they get down to 50 seconds. I think that's too quick.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. And like I said before, I was worried just looking at the layout of the track this week that it was going to be that way. And I was shocked when fastest time in qualifying was only in the 54s. I was pretty impressed by that. One thing I will say is I didn't watch a whole lot of qualifying, and I didn't actually catch it till the last 2 sessions or whatever, I think. But it sounded like they really killed the whoop section afterwards, which kind of sucks because all we kept hearing about all day was how gnarly those whoops were. And then you see them on TV, and it was like, those are no big deal.
I think that's what I had heard today too, and yeah, that they took the dozer out there and kind of rounded them off.
Yeah.
Why do I have Roxon? I had him finishing second. He didn't do so hot. Well, he didn't do horrible, but
No, it wasn't a horrible night for him, but I think he kind of got, like you said, after his win, that everybody's going to expect that now. So I think he might be getting a little negative publicity now because of that. But Cripes, if you were looking at, hey, this is his rookie season and he hadn't had a win, we'd all be saying, hey, he's doing a hell of a job.
Right. Trying to see who was if there was a big mover. Started. No, not really. RV started first, finished first.
Yeah.
Stewart started 6th, finished 2nd, so that's pretty good. Reed stayed where he was at. Dungy, hang on, no, he qualified. Reading this wrong.
Stewart actually, I don't remember where he was out of the gate, but in that main, I want to say he was 6th or 7th off the start. So I mean, he definitely.
Yeah, he went forward.
Yeah, definitely made some moves and pretty fast too. I actually expected him to be battling with Villapoto before it was over. I don't know if he just died or petered out or decided it wasn't worth it or what.
Maybe tried to finish one instead of crashing out. Yeah, I was reading. They got the start where they started, or I'm guessing after lap 1, and then their position for they qualified. So like Villapoto started first or first after the first lap. He qualified first. So that's what I was reading.
Uh-huh.
Like Stewart started 6th, qualified 2nd, finished 2nd. But so yeah, and then I like I said, I didn't see it. I didn't get to catch any of the practice, but Will Hahn the first to hit the quad.
Yep.
I guess I was kind of shocked by that.
I don't remember. I remember him saying that. He was the only one to really be busting it out in practice, and I never saw that, I guess. I think that at that time, Jeff and I were both looking at each other going, what quad? What the hell are they talking about?
The other thing I got is Pike finishing 4th in the heat race, and then I haven't heard what happened. But
I never really heard what happened there either.
Fucking Suzuki's.
Yeah. Yeah. Suzuki's and Kawi's this weekend.
It ain't good.
No.
But I don't know, I thought that was pretty good. I don't know. I think if you can qualify out of your heat with all the guys that are in there, I think that's pretty damn respectable.
Oh, absolutely.
Um. Okay, so the other thing I listened in on today was apparently there's a little pissing match between Ivan Tedesco and Andrew Short. You know anything about this?
Really? I
Yeah,
do not know anything about this.
so I don't know if it was Short took Ivan out a couple weeks ago or something. I don't know, but they were saying today that um, I think it was Tedesco just cleaned out Short because I think they were saying like it's pretty bad when you take somebody out, put them on the ground, and then they get back up and pass you.
Yeah.
And Short finished, yeah, 2 spots ahead of Tedesco.
Yeah, I don't recall any of that, I guess. I was impressed to see Short do as well he did, or as well as he did in that semi. Thought that was a pretty impressive ride for him, even though it was just a semi. For him to win it was pretty good. Granted, it wasn't a real stacked. I think the second semi was definitely more stacked than the first, but
You're talking about
still,
Short?
yeah.
Yeah, did you see Tedesco? That was kind of sketchy. I don't know if do you think he did that on purpose, jump from the far left to off the track on the right?
You know, we were talking about that, and after rewatching it here today, I don't know because he was so close to taking out Alessi that I don't think he could have meant to have done it on purpose. Now, I didn't, you know, you never really got a good look of what he was doing before he was airborne. But
Yep.
man, if you're trying to jump from one side of the track to the other, that is a major miscalculation.
Yeah, it's just like because doesn't he all? Yeah, I guess I don't remember where Alessi was. When did he take Alessi out or try to? Is that
Well,
right before?
no, he was right there. He jumped in front of Alessi, missed Alessi's front tire by, maybe a foot
Mm.
when he jumped across the track. Alessi was right there. I think that was Alessi. There was somebody there. I'm pretty sure it was Mike Alessi.
It was just like, holy cow! I don't know. It's like what pops in my brain is, he was on the far left, and then you
Mm-hmm.
jump on the far right and go off the track. It's like okay, I could
Well, and
see.
he
Oh, go
didn't
ahead.
just run into the tough blocks either. I mean, he full on, if he was any farther to the right, he was going to be into the next lane, So I guess I don't see how that could be on purpose. They were saying that, oh, he was going to go outside in then. That seemed like a pretty bold move to me, but whatever.
God, there was another section on there too that I'm drawing a blank. I don't know if that was. I think it was Dungy and Stewart, and it's just I can't remember if Stewart came across on Dungy and they went off the triple anyway. It just things looked kind of really awkward, and Dungy got squirrely, but he hucked it anyway. But
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where that was on the track. I know what you're talking about. Dungy was kind of was to the right of Stewart, towards the outside of the track, and
yep,
ended up pretty much into the tough blocks. Didn't actually hit him, but hit that triple, and then got turned so far sideways that I thought they were actually going to touch rear tires in the air.
ugh.
They were so close together. I don't remember exactly what part of the track that was on, but
All right. Anything else on the big bikes?
let's see here.
That's about all I got. We got Hill crashing. Oh, didn't talk about Tickle. Tickle's out.
Yeah. Again, I didn't really see what happened there, so I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't. I just seen a Instagram tweet or something on Twitter that I can't remember, bruised something his finger or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, jammed a finger, bruised his vagina, something like that.
It's not good.
No.
It ain't good.
No.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Well, there's probably more, but
We can always jump back.
exactly.
My list for the lights is small, but
Well, I'll tell you what, while we're on subject of big bikes, I might as well bring this up. Did you see the Ralph was talking about at one point this Toyota Triple Challenge?
oh yeah.
What? First of all, I give props to Toyota for, I mean, these guys throw a ton of money into motocross and supercross. You know, it seems to me like they think of it as a hell of a lot more than just an advertising deal or whatever. The way they're always giving away trucks and giving away money and everything else.
Uh-oh. You still there?
There?
Yeah. Oh. So, all right, let's see here. What is going on?
More technical difficulties?
No. Oh. I don't know if you saw this, but so at my job, they just had this is, I guess, a really side note from racing, but it's a huge expo center, right? And they just had a huge boat show, and I think they had like 300 some boats in this. It's a big area, but like it was boats, pontoons, anything water related was in there, right? So the show is over, and now they're pulling all the boats out. Mm-hmm. So if on my Facebook, if you saw that photo. But he just posted, I'd laugh my ass off if I saw that going down the road.
I'd get the hell out of the way if I saw that coming down the road.
Yeah, it's probably like a 80-foot boat, Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's see if I can't dig that up. Okay, so Google, what was it? The Toyota
Triple Challenge.
Triple Crown. I wonder if this is it.
Basically, from what I took out of it, it's the next 3 races.
Shoot, I know there's 3 races, and if you win them all, if you win them all, you get a truck and the money, or if you
have the most points out of those 3 races, you get the truck.
Okay.
If you have the most points and win, which obviously if you win all 3, you're gonna have the most points. Then you get, I think it's $250,000 and the truck. So the reason I brought it up, if you were to make a pick for anybody even having a chance of doing it, you have to go Villapoto, don't you?
Yeah.
In which case, they might as well put him on the payroll because he's won how many trucks from them with Monster Energy Cups and everything else.
Yeah, I don't... Because didn't Vans used to have a Triple Crown thing? But it wasn't it?
I think I remember them having something like that. I don't remember how it all worked, but I'm sure it was fairly similar. I thought it was funny that Ralph made such a big deal of it. Oh, it's going to be so much fun to watch. It's like, well, not really, because if you're watching races, it's still a race, and it would happen whether or not they were doing that or not. But I thought that was kind of cool. Seems like Toyota really does do a nice job of backing the sport.
No, it's fucking, I can't find anything. Oh, here we go. Jesus. Oh, 2007.
Oh.
This is up to date.
That might be a little bit late.
Yeah. Maybe they're hoping it's going to get busy, then they don't have to shell out some cash.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, that'd be cool. Yeah, I think you'd have to, maybe pick RV has got to be a favorite. I think it's going to be tough, to win 3, and then especially if it is the next 3, to get 3 in a row is, I'd say that'd be harder than if it's 3 of them that are, spaced out.
Spaced out a little more. I want to say it was the next 3. I probably should have paid more attention.
I'm trying to find it, and I ain't finding nothing.
I'm pretty sure they said Dallas and A3. So
I think okay, so if it's Dallas A3 and then I know New York is on there. Is that the third one?
that could be.
Well, let's take a little peek here. So, where are we? All right, so we got Anaheim. There's San Diego's got one. What the
Oh
hell?
yeah. We have to have 5 races in California, you know.
All right, so we got A3, San Diego, Arlington, Atlanta, Indy, Daytona, Detroit, Toronto, St. Louis, Houston, Seattle, New York. So then they're not New York, it's New Jersey, sorry.
Yeah, same thing.
So then they're not together.
Yeah, I guess I don't remember what. I thought it was 3 in a row, but I've been wrong before.
Oh, that's all right. All right. So onward to the little bikes. What do you want me to start with?
I don't know. What do you want to say? I mean, do we start with the big topic, or do we weasel our way into it?
Let's ease our way into it. I think now my first little rant is the Malcolm Stewart and Cooper Webb block pass.
That's the first thing I got on mine too.
If you ask me, I would be perfectly fine with the AMA stepping in and giving Mr. Webb a fine.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I'd have to argue with you there.
The only thing I don't like about it is, one, I don't like it when the guys completely cut the corner like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, it's like if you take Webb's bike when he hits Stewart, it's like I don't mind if they're going in the same direction.
Yeah.
But they were not going in the same direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I'll give you that.
I think no one will say anything, but let's say someone does that to RV and blows his knee out, then I think we're gonna have a big problem. You know what I mean? I just think I'm not saying I don't like block passing. I just think if Stewart wasn't there and you come in at that angle, one, you're not going to make the turn anyway. So I think like the angle of your bikes when you guys hit need to be at least going the same direction and not just, I mean, it wasn't a straight T-bone, but I mean, it was a pretty aggressive angle for what? There was no way that, I wouldn't be surprised if there was no way they both weren't going down.
Yeah.
But
all right, it's rebuttal time.
All right, let's hear it.
My personal feeling, and I rewatched that crash so many times, I'm blue in the face, but I think was Cooper Webb wrong? Probably. But if he actually makes that corner, you know, if he's not a rookie, if he doesn't stop, you know, in that corner where he stops, there's nothing wrong with that. Because I don't agree that he even came close to T-boning him. He did not hit Malcolm. Malcolm hit him. Malcolm came down early. So do I agree that there's fault there with Cooper Webb? Yes. I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass because he's a rookie. And he's a real rookie. I mean, the kid looks like he's 12 years old out there. So, granted, he's got to learn his lesson. But I think that Malcolm Stewart is almost just as much to blame. Because I think if you see that guy coming up, it's not like he didn't have room up there on top. If Cooper Webb didn't stop like he did, and I'll say that's the only problem I have with what he did. If he didn't stop like he did, Malcolm Stewart has time to ride the tough blocks and stay out of trouble there.
Okay.
I think it was kind of a combination of both of them. It was Malcolm thinking this guy's coming in on me, I'm going to run him over. So he came down on top of him. He cut that corner a lot rather than just kind of staying around the outside.
Right.
So I'm not going to say that Cooper Webb is not at fault. It wasn't his fault at all, but I'm going to say it's 50-50. I
Okay.
think that a guy is probably going to go down in that situation, but I don't know. I didn't see it as being as dirty as Malcolm obviously sees it.
See, I should have maybe went back because I'm just going off of watching it on TV, and that's it. That's the only time I saw it.
Well, I thought it kind of sucked how much Emig and McGrath uh, really gave Cooper Webb a hard time about it on air there. And to me, it wasn't that big a deal. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have done it. He definitely shouldn't have stopped. If you're going to commit to making a pass like that in the corner, you can't go into the corner and then stop dead. You
Right.
got to be committed and be ready to hammer out of that corner. But I think the blame is 50-50 because I think Malcolm could have avoided him.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, let's see here. Now, did Wilson? I know Wilson won his heat race, but was Justin Hill in that heat race as well?
Wilson.
Or
Yes, he was. Wilson finished third in that heat race.
and then was Anderson second?
Anderson was. Can't even read my own handwriting. Anderson was in heat 1.
Oh yeah. Who was I thinking?
Heat 2 was Wilson, Seeley, and Hill.
Hmm.
Were your top 3, not necessarily in that order.
There must be the heat race then. No, it was the heat race because I thought Hill was being a tad bit aggressive against his teammate. I don't know if that was heat race or if I'm thinking of the main. I want to say it was a heat race.
I'm thinking main.
Damn it.
I think it was definitely in the main that he was being pretty aggressive with Wilson because I thought it was funny that in the beginning he was extremely aggressive with Dean Wilson. Then Anderson, he shut the door on Anderson a couple times in that main. And then at once Hill ran Anderson high and Wilson was able to get around Anderson because of that. It seemed like Hill, the next corner or whatever, just kind of said, you know what, I'm not battling with you. Just kind of let him have it.
I was pretty shocked that he finished third.
I was too. I had him pegged for a crash the way he was riding.
I didn't know if he was going to crash, but I'm like, yeah, he was not all over like in a bad way, but it's like, man, this dude's going to tank himself out here, Just
Yeah.
I thought he was going to run out of gas and
I didn't
start
necessarily
falling.
think that for sure he'd crash, but I agree with you. I didn't think that he would have the energy after riding the first 4 laps the way he did. I didn't think he'd have the energy to go the full length of the race, but I was impressed by him. He rode a pretty damn good race.
Yeah. Oh, what have I done? Oh, jeez.
What did you do?
Oh, hey, wrong button. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, I don't. Okay, this is make me sound like a jerk. At first I thought the Anderson thing was kind of cool. You win on the last lap.
Yeah.
Now I'm just kind of tired of it.
Well, everybody's so fast to throw this week's race in with the other two. And I'm sorry, it's nowhere near. This week was, I don't know if you saw that today, Racer X poll was
Oh,
They had
yep.
the 4 different choices on what, is it luck or is it whatever? I don't know.
Right.
Maybe you want to look that up quick.
Yeah. No. Here, give me a second. We will take a peek. Come on, in your new freaking website.
Yeah, I hate their new website.
It's kind of cool, but God, they have so much shit on here.
The mobile website is a pain in the ass. It's half the time you read an article and you can't get back to the homepage on it.
Wow. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
Come on. Come on, racerx.com. Wow. Breakdown, signs of lap times, 3-on-3, observations, blah, 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 blah. I honestly cannot find it right now.
Well then.
Oh, there we go. Here we go. Right fucking in front of me.
If I'd come out of the Stone Age, I'd already have it up.
Yeah, so you got, okay, Jason Anderson's last lap passes have been option 1, a product of great fitness and determination. A unique race strategy, luck, or combination of all 3. I voted for a combination of all 3.
Yeah, you have to if you're going to include this week. And I don't necessarily agree that there's a whole lot of strategy there. I think it kind of worked out for him.
Well,
The other 2, but I wouldn't call it 100% luck either.
It's like, okay, let's go back to A1. Kind of runs into the lappers. So that's racing, I guess.
Yeah.
So what, round 2 is Phoenix. I think you have to blame that on Seeley running off the track almost.
Yeah, I would agree there, which kind of falls under luck. But at the same time, you have to be there,
You have to be there, yes, but the fact that you have 3 wins and I read today he's led 5 laps.
Yeah.
So it's just like, wow, why?
And I can't believe I'm going to say this because it agrees with something that Ralph Shaheen said, but when it's your year, it's your year,
It's just, I'm sitting there watching, I'm like, oh, Dino's got this in the bag. And then he comes up to that triple, and I'm like, what is he doing? I was totally expecting to see the red flashing lights, someone's down and I don't see anything, and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
Yeah, I was pretty astonished too, but what I can't believe is I was able to pick up and nobody else seemed to be able to until they got it in super slow-mo. I saw the flame come out of his pipe.
Is it pretty good?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was completely obvious to me what had happened, Now, I don't know, he's saying it's a mechanical. I don't know if it was a mechanical issue or I don't know if I agree with that. I think it might have been his doing, but
it kind of looked like where they were at. I mean, he's got to be on the gas, so I mean, he'd have to stall that thing.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if he didn't come off that double and, I don't know if you've ever done it. I've done it. You land with your foot on the brake pedal and I guess I don't know. It's hard to say, but to me, if there was something seriously wrong with that bike, I don't think he would have finished the race like he did. I mean, he just jumped right back on it like nothing's wrong with it.
Right.
He didn't ride it like there's a problem and he was nervous about it. On the other hand, it also brought up I saw it got brought up today in some of the comment sections, and Jeff and I both noticed it right away. At the end of his heat race, I mean, that bike looked like it was not long for this earth. That thing was smoking out of the bottom so bad.
I thought I heard today too that it was either between the heat and the main, or maybe the practice and the heat race. They like swap that motor out.
Well, it
So,
wouldn't surprise me if they did it between the heat and the main because that thing looked like it was about to go at the end of the heat race.
that's not good.
No, no, and you wonder if that's why he's being so tight-lipped about it. Granted, I never understood that why they're so protective over. Oh, it's just a mechanical. Tell us what happened. Who cares? Anybody with half a brain cell in their head knows that that Cowie that you're riding is not the bike that we're going into the dealership and buying. So just tell us what happened. Whoop-de-doo.
I don't know if I should raise this point. It could get ugly.
Bring it up.
This could get bad. I would like, and I don't think we've talked about this before. I've actually wanted to call into the Pulp MX show and have them laugh and make fun of me for this point. I would like to see like sealed motors for the lights class.
Yeah.
And you can do and spend whatever you want on everything else, but let's, like I seen you shared, I don't know how it would work, maybe I guess someone would have to make it, or each manufacturer creates a motor or whatever, and that's their race motor.
Yeah.
Like say you got Zach Williams, you shared his photo, so he's got a race motor, so you should be able to take that motor to the Geico bikes and vice versa, and they're the same.
Yeah.
But then I've heard something like, say like Bam Bam, how you like bounces that thing off the rev limiter when he ran lights all the time, it wouldn't make it. Well, then you need to adjust your style so your bike makes it,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. I think it would. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't think it matters enough. Maybe in outdoors, I could see that being an issue. In Supercross, I don't think the motor itself. I'm not gonna say it doesn't matter because obviously it does, but I don't think like if you put Troy Lee Honda next to Pro Circuit, next to whoever,
Mm-hmm.
any of the factory teams anyway, they're going to be right around the same horsepower. That motor is going to be putting out pretty much the same no matter what they do. I think they've reached the limits of what they can actually do with them anyway. I don't know how they're going to keep pulling more horsepower out of these bikes, but I just don't think there's enough of an advantage there to,
Okay.
like you say, to go through the process of seal the motors. This is what you got. Run what you brung. I think the motors in these bikes are too close to the edge of blowing up, if they get a hair in them anyway, that I don't think you can say you have one motor to make it through the night.
All right. Well, I'm not saying you can't have more than one. Just try to make it so everyone's got the same, I guess, is all I'd try to do.
On that same note, I would like to see them to say, you know what, you can have a backup bike. To me, the fact that these guys have to go from qualifying all the way through the night with one bike, that's kind of lame, if you ask me. Maybe penalize them a little bit, say you get last gate pick or whatever if you have to go to a backup bike. But let them have a backup bike. I don't understand why they have to ride that same bike all night long.
Especially, I could see, yeah, I could see both sides. Yeah, you got your bike that, all right, let's, it's gonna make it 9 laps,
Mm-hmm.
and we only have to make 6 laps, and I don't really know what your advantage would be there though. But you could have a cheater bike. I don't know.
You could, but if you had it set up to where there's some kind of a penalty there, nobody's going to want to take last gate pick in Supercross unless they have to.
Right.
So
Well,
if there was a penalty there, so you could at least make, you make the main, you can actually make it, or, whatever. I don't necessarily see that as much as I used to, where you'd have a guy crash, couldn't have a backup bike, so couldn't make the main. So maybe it's not that big a deal anymore.
Well, I could see it. A guy in his heat race, he blows up the bike and he just doesn't have, the time, but he's got his spare bike or practice bike. Yeah, at least have that option that he could. All right, well, yeah, it's me and my dad. We don't have time to swap out a motor in 20 minutes or whatever they got.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else we got? Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah. We're already getting tired of him.
Yeah, I don't. It's not that I'm not tired of him. It's just, like we already said, like you got to be in the spot, and you can't take that away from the dude. But essentially, you've won 2 of your 3 wins have been because of misfortunes by somebody else.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure. The thing that bothers me about him, I guess, is everybody's giving him this credit about how he's waiting till the last lap to make his move, and this is his strategy. No, it's not.
Right.
This isn't a sport that you wait till the last lap to make your move. You need to be out in front if you're going to do your absolute best every weekend. So that's not his fault. That's the media the media jackals that cover the sport. That's their fault. But that was a shitty Jesse Ventura impression.
Oh shit! I think that's it. I don't have anything.
How about you pay any attention to Seminole this week?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
If Anderson was the guy with the 4-leaf clover in his pocket,
mm-hmm.
Seminole was the complete opposite. That poor bastard. He crashed in Heat 1. He was the one that I think he was battling with. Was it Chisholm? I don't remember.
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Anyway, he's coming to the last turn in Heat 1, and he knifes his bike into that corner so hard and high sides and gets thrown into the berm.
That 360 guy?
Is it number 360?
I think so. It's he runs lights, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll find him.
Yeah, I think it is 360.
I just remember that because Emick was talking about him. Because did he not race the first round, or something happened and then he shows up to the next one? And
yeah,
I think
I don't remember any of that. I just thought it was too bad because he crashed out of the main last lap, last corner, fighting for a transfer spot, ends up throwing it away, hit that berm so hard that I don't know how he didn't break his collarbone.
Yep.
As hard as he hit that berm. Comes out, wins the LCQ. I mean, just handles everybody. And then crashes out of the main.
Yeah, that's that Aaron, Seminole or something like that.
Yo. I just felt bad for the guy. It seemed like he had a good ride in that LCQ. It looked good. But they never showed the crash, never even paid attention to the crash in the main. But thought that was too bad.
Yeah. That's lad. Finish points. Shoot, they do give 1 point for making it. I thought you got, if you finished 21st and 22nd, I thought you got 0 points. You had to finish 20th and up to get anything. But I see they give points for as soon as you get in.
Huh.
But yeah, 22nd. What else we got? What else happened?
Starting to strike out.
Yeah, I guess.
Finally qualified through a semi and didn't have to go to an LCQ. It's good for him. I don't remember how he did in the main. But.
I seen Dakota snuck in because somebody crashed out, I think, in his semi.
I have Teddy Parks written down here, but I don't have a clue why.
Teddy Parks. I am not sure.
He was battling for a transfer spot at the end of the Lights LCQ, I think. I don't remember with who. Ended up kind of getting taken out, I think.
Well, let's take a gander. Who do we got? What did you say his name was?
Teddy Parks.
I don't see him on there.
Maybe I made it up.
They were talking about that Colton, what is it, Ack or something like that, AECK. He got that motorsport, whatever Alessi's team was. Like, at the end of the 2 weeks or first 2 rounds, he had the best score or whatever for the privateer thing. Or he applied for it and got it. But I think since he's gotten it, he's failed to qualify.
Well, that's not.
He didn't do too good. 16th in the LCQ with a 104 was his best lap time.
Wow.
I guess something I'm doing this weekend. We're gonna go check out some arenacross.
Yeah, I saw you bragging about you were gonna go and do that.
Yeah.
I would probably do that if I was somewhere that had arenacross.
I thought they were gonna be in Madison. But then I was like, well, fuck. Shit, it's only probably, I don't know, 20, shit, it's maybe 15, 20 minutes probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But my other buddies, they do this, it's called the Open Mic podcast. And they talk about a little bit of everything. But they had a guy on a couple weeks ago, and I forget his name. But he's going to go and he's trying to set the Guinness World Record for fastest wheelie on ice.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I should see if I can't...
Fastest wheelie on what on ice?
It's a crotch rocket. It's a crotch rocket. Let's see here.
Is he studding up some tires for this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's good.
I thought it was a lot faster than I don't know what the rules or what everything needs to. Oh my gosh. The Twitter war.
Oh boy.
So here's this other thing that they're doing. They're calling it the Twitter war. So you pick 5 people, right? So whoever you pick, I can't go after. But everyone else, you can go after anybody. So you get points for mentions, retweets, follows, and then if you get one of your picks to, mention or retweet or whatever back to you, you get it's worth 3 times the points. And there's hashtags that you get points for, and for every 100,000 followers they get, you get bonuses. And I'm getting my ass kicked. It's not even funny.
Sounds confusing.
Damn it. Oh, here we go. All right, so his name is Ryan. he currently holds the Guinness World Record for fastest wheelie on ice at 108.5 miles an hour. It's gonna play.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me doing that.
Let's see. I want to see if I can't bring up some more information on this cat quick. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta have a website. Everyone needs a website.
I don't have a website. But maybe I should get one.
Oh, no. Sorry, I'm kind of stalling. There's a bunch of YouTube videos on them. But anyway, I guess
somebody was putting up YouTube videos of me. I don't know if I like that.
Let's see. All right, so this is Thursday, February 14th, 2003. So you must have tried doing it last year. Meter. Oh, boy. Yeah. So anyway, that's he's trying to do this. Will be this Saturday. So we're gonna go try and check that out. I don't know what he has for a motorcycle. I know it's a crotch rocket, but
where is he gonna? What's he gonna do this on? Like what lake?
I have no idea. That's what I was kind of trying to figure it all out, but I don't see. This is Madison, blah blah blah. But this is all old. Nothing new.
Shit's crazy, dude.
February 14th. That's 2003. Come on. Yeah. So it might be kind of neat. You used to ride. Did you ever ride on the ice?
Yeah, I have. I had actually had a flat track bike that I bought. It was a '98 CR250, and it was set up all for flat track.
Mm-hmm.
And when I bought it, it came with a set of studded tires. So
Oh.
rode that a couple times on ice. It was fun, but just kind of not really my thing, I guess. I don't like cold. So.
Yeah, I had a buddy I went to high school with, and he was a grade behind me, but it's like I was kind of more into dirt bikes or the motocross side, and his family was kind of into the dirt trackin.
Yeah.
So actually went up and did the Cambridge. They got their TT there.
Yeah.
We did that one year. That was pretty fun till I crashed.
I don't remember what the guy's name was. I bought this bike. I mean, it was full on flat track. I didn't even have any moto parts left for it anymore. And bought it in the wintertime, and I took it up to a race at the Moto Dome up at Staples. And I just wheeled it. I was wheeling it into the pits, into the dome, and it was like, all of a sudden the whole place gets quiet, and everybody turns around and looks at me, and they're like, "Oh, you bought whoever's bike." I was like, okay.
Maybe.
Am I supposed to be good? They're like, "That bike is badass." I was like, okay, because I just bought it from some kid off Craigslist for, I think I paid like $1,000 for it. And then I went out my first race and I won, and that was the last time I ever raced that bike.
What happened?
I got the crazy idea that my 05 450 that I had at the time, CRF 450, I thought, hey, everything will transfer from that bike to my 450, so I put everything on that. But I got tired of flat track pretty quick. I like Moto better.
Yeah, it's fun. The Cambridge race was pretty cool. I guess was doing decent. Well, I raced like they had like a novice class or something like that, but so I think I was, I mean, there was a few like 80s in that class, but yeah, I remember coming into, it was the first corner, and you got your groove, and I think the back end was where it should have been, but the front end I was too far to the inside, and it's just like marbles, and I hit that, and the front end washed out on
Yep.
me. But yeah, the ride on the ice it's fun when you got tires that are set up for it. I think
Yep.
that's it's no fun going out there with I've never studded them up, but it's like my buddies, they know what the hell they're doing, and it's like you can tell,
Oh yeah. Yeah, the only time I never tried studding up any tires either. Like I said, this bike that I bought had them. They were all set up and set up well, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I'm afraid of cold, so I went to the grocery store today and I hated myself because I was outside for 2 minutes.
um let's see. So yeah, we're gonna check that guy out on Saturday, and then I think the races are Friday and Saturday, but I think right now we're just gonna go for Saturday. So
Oh, that's cool.
hopefully be all right. Yeah, I don't know what the heck. I was trying to find tickets this was last week or the week before, and it was like they were 130 some bucks.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not to take anything away from those guys, but like this is arenacross.
Well, I wouldn't pay $130 for Supercross tickets.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. I go, I don't know if I'd even pay that to watch the, I mean, I know they're pros, but like, the big guys,
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if the prices were high, and as they get closer and no one's buying them, they drop down, or if it was just a site that maybe had tickets and they, put a little on there for themselves or what. But
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it sounds like let's do our very best to not get fans to show up.
I don't know.
I mean, there's never anybody at those races anyway, so maybe that's why.
But shit, when I got tickets for Minneapolis, it was shit. I think it was 70 some bucks, and that was the upper deck. I was like, damn. Of course, I never
You
sat up.
mean for Supercross?
Yeah,
Really?
I think
don't
I.
remember what we paid.
But yeah, I was like, fucking A. But so I went up there. Oh, that was a. Do you want to hear this story? So I go there I go by myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I end up bumping into Lee, and he's got some dude from out of town that's hanging out with him. So I just kind of hung out with those guys a little bit, and we end up going. We're gonna get something to eat, right? And it's like everything is so busy down there, and it's like, oh man. So I don't know, we got to be 5, 6, 7 blocks away from the dome. And we sit down and eat, and we're like, how long is it going to be? And they kind of tell us, and we're like, oh man. We're like, all right. So we sit down, and the people next to us, they're like, oh yeah, we've been waiting for like 45 minutes, and we haven't even gotten our food yet. I'm like, oh damn. So we get our food. I don't even remember tasting it. I'm just throwing the food in my mouth, and I'm like, Lee, I go, I hate to do this to you, but I'm going to take off. Because they're like, we'll just come at like 7:30. And it's like, well, shit, I want to see like Wyndham's transfer and, catch everything.
Yeah, you got to see the introductions.
Oh, man. So it's like, I eat all this food quick, and now I'm running to the dome. And it's like, I pretty much sit down right when everything starts, and here I'm like texting my buddy to see where they're all at, and because didn't you say you were down by that split lane?
Yeah.
So they had to have been pretty close to you, because I think that's where I watched a couple of the heats from, or the first heat, and then it's like my brother was there, and he's just got a little boy, and I don't even think they made it through the heat races, and he was ready to go. So
Oh boy.
yeah, I think they just bought the cheap tickets because they knew he knew what was gonna happen. So I ran up and pretty much said hi to them before they left, and then ended up sitting with Lee and those guys, and they were kind of right on the side, down low, and it's pretty good. Kind of that rhythm section after the first turn is kind of where they were at. So,
Mm-hmm.
but all right, buddy, that's about it. Unless you got something else.
No, that's about it, I think. You gonna be coming to this area anytime soon?
I know, um, I know I'm gonna be coming like the 23rd of February. I'm gonna try to go to my mom and dad's and go fishing. But
Oh,
fuck yeah. Dude, my dad took a sleeper off a semi and converted it to a fish house. So
oh yeah.
yeah, I kind of want to
I
check
was
that
actually
out.
gonna do that with one of mine at one time, but I never did it.
Yeah,
It would be
it's
too much work, and I don't like ice fishing, so.
well, at least if you went out, well, you wouldn't have to necessarily go fishing. You could just hang out.
Oh, it's true.
But yeah, you were
I
saying.
got some ice fishing stories, but that's for another time.
I wonder. Hang on a second. Because you were saying something about you got a couple jerseys you might want done up.
Yeah, if you want to do
Is that
them,
what you're?
I'd like to have you do them. Well, yeah, just get you those, and I don't know, whatever. I mean, there's no
Let's
reason I
see.
can't ship them to you too, but
What else were you thinking? Or was that why you want to know if I was coming up?
oh, just that, and I got a shirt here for you.
Oh yeah, that's right. Um, if you want, I can send you some cash too, so you don't have to sit on that. Let's see here.
Oh, it ain't that big a deal.
Let's see if I can do this without wrecking anything.
Nah,
So we're gonna go.
I'm not hurting that bad.
We're gonna go screen share. Um, and let's go motocross. Start. All right, are you seeing this?
Motocross.
Oh, sure.
I'm not seeing anything different.
Hang on. Damn it. Do you see my screen? You see any jerseys on the big screen?
Nope, I just see what's always been there.
Damn it. But yeah, if you go to it's just scottkingdesigns.co.
It's just .co.
Yep.
Okay.
And I apologize. I'm trying to learn how to do WordPress, and I had it looking pretty sweet, and then I updated my WordPress, and then it changed everything.
Nice.
So, but I mean, all the information is there. It just doesn't look like how I had it. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, just go on to like the home page or whatever when you get there, and just click on gallery, and then scroll down to motocross, and there's a few jerseys that I've done up.
Cool.
So sweet. So Jeff's taking care of some family stuff, and
Yep.
yeah, maybe next week we can get him back on. And I'd like to try a fourth person. I think I don't know if that'd be good or bad, but
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I guess it's hard to say. It depends on how everybody melds with the group. I have no problem sitting back and listening to everybody else, so like I kind of did last week.
yeah, I thought it'd be kind of tough with you guys being that's a lot of riding and driving, and I probably would have
Yeah,
been a zombie myself.
that was just it. We got home 3:30. Well, I went to bed at 4 o'clock that Monday morning, and of course I'm getting old, so I can't sleep past 7 or 8 tops. So I was in rough shape that night.
That's all right. How did it do? I don't remember. I think it still got 60 some views. I think no 48. So
up our performance a little bit.
To get some girls on here.
That's right.
All right, buddy. Well, I think that's it. I gotta get some stuff to eat and
Yeah, me too. Getting grumbly.
back to work tomorrow. Yeah, but so yeah, maybe next week we can do an arenacross update.
Ooh.
And we'll see. Else. You know what? I saw that, and I was surprised that they let that kid in there. They panned into the audience, and there was like a kid with a stick with a GoPro on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, surprised they're allowing that, but maybe they snuck it in.
That's possible.
So
I lugged it in.
damn kids. All right, man. Have a good one, and catch you next week.
Sounds good, buddy. Take it easy.
All right. Later.
Bye.